Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day. We'll do the same without wasting a single second of your time. Bada bing, bada boom, we go into the charts. So I think we have a news play, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what that news play catalyst will be, but we're going to just observe. We got the session delta is positive from this drop to the downside coming up here on the 15-minute time frame. Looking back, what happened yesterday, they took it to the downside and continued that play with London today, and now we're starting to retrace back up into that drop down here for a potential bounce off of VWAP on the hourly time frame. We are getting the VWAP level here. There's a lot of longs that came into the picture. I doubt these are shorts being popped so much. We did have a lot of longs induced here, so this could be a C continuation to the downside to liquidate these induced longs here. Not really seeing the reason why there would be buy side liquidity in terms of shorts getting squeezed just yet, so this is just a potential long trap right now for me, just observing. Let's see how the sound quality is right now. Audio sounds fine. Good. Nice. Thanks for stopping in, ladies and gents. So we're getting a flip. That was quite a quick move up from here. I'm just observing pre-market today. Just seeing what's up with the patience will bring the A+ setup to the table, I believe. So patience is the key. So how's everyone doing? So we're connecting the rhythmic up in the beginning now, so we can just get this live feed here. And then when we see a trade, I'm going to connect the rhythmic up to my NinjaTrader and then just take the trade, perhaps, if there is something that appears. So delta, as far as I can tell here, is the number of contracts, like the balance to the there's more buyers than sellers, then the delta will be blue here, right? And the session delta is obviously in the 1K region. That means there's 1K in buyer contracts over the sellers. Now this delta will also be positive if shorts get squeezed. So when you see like a bunch of sells come in, and that could be potentially sellers coming into the support and then they squeeze them and then turn into buys at the top, that could be the shorts getting squeezed. But I'm not really seeing too much. You did have 100 contracts, nearly 100 contracts of buyers, and it's just been a bunch of buyers, and so this is definitely a pool of longs in my primitive understanding of this starting out. The cool thing is you can kind of like go into all the time frames here, so I can look at these 15-minute candles and juxtapose as well. So the candle we're making right now has this many contracts entering and that many contracts entering, so you can kind of see where the big pools are. There was 192 longs down, buys up down here at 485, and they could be creating this pool of buyers to create a B, C to go lower to the value area low. We haven't really hit the low since back in the London session. We are making a lower high with a higher high on the cumulative volume delta, which is a bearish signal. If we go to the trend line here, you get a lower high and a higher high on the cumulative volume. So this could be a trapperoo.
What's up? So I guess I just have to restart my computer every time, no matter what, to get the audio synced up without the double thing. Really weird. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. So seeing the cloud shift here, not really thick as of yet, and we didn't really kiss it so much, so the appearance of strength could just be a fake out to take people lower. It's probably going to hold this point of control, this 490 region, into the open perhaps. So ETA on the news announcement, Rainier, do you know when that news announcement is inbound? So there were sellers down here on the hourly. You had 245 to 231 beneath the point of control. That's a lot of buys right there in that last little chunk of the hour. So they're giving some like potential hopium here. You had 176 bought out here. That's a most likely a short squeeze buy slash trap, which they took to the downside thereafter. Getting some bullish divergence, hidden bullish, and you had previous bullish on the 1 minute, but I was putting my son to bed. $53 minutes. Okay, so basically at the silver bullet zone. Lovely. So this line where I got marked on the chart. Exciting. You can see some fireworks then. So we're not going to give you any higher time frame bias here. We're just going to look at the momentum as it stands. So let me turn on the heads up display. Like, what are we looking at here? This is momentummaster.info. Link in the description for more. You can toggle all of the components here. We're not looking at B necessarily, but we're looking at a new Nasdaq feature Optima down here with the divergence formula on the subatomic time frame average. Subatomic quantum level. We'll go over things as they come into prominence. Looks like you're getting a bearish retest of the cloud thinning here on the 30-second. This was the short idea that we took on Friday, was it? It was something like to this effect, but we're getting some ambiguousness in terms of this bullish, but the pivot point is at an odd angle here. I don't know why it's giving that bullish divergence signal. Let's go look at the order flow chart. Still holding this bearish CVD idea until it doesn't. I removed the number of trades because it was superfluous. So I just have the number of contracts here now to make less numbers on the screen. So you can see the 176 buys that came in here, and then they took it to the downside, and then you had 231 sells, potentially shorts, which, or basically the stops of these guys, and then perhaps they entered some more guys here with that candle close, and now we're starting to come down. This 134 buys that entered up here, that just becomes a trap that's snared for the buyers, because that's definitely not short that got popped here. This 134 contracts, then this 126 is a genuine long pool, so that could fuel a short long popping squeeze to the downside here on that pooled contract. And here they go, they stopped out 42 contracts. And what am I looking at? This link is also in the description. This is ATAS, where you can see the footprints of where contracts, how many contracts enter and where, and to what delta degree. You can get a free trial, click the link and register. 14 days to try it out. There's a bunch of tutorials out there if you want to dedicate some time to watch them. You can get these clusters that you can set the cluster zone setting. We'll get into that perhaps at a later juncture. Let's go look at the momentum really quick. Let's go ahead and minimize this. Go into the Renko on NinjaTrader. So on the 32 bar, which is in a bearish state right now, we're seeing a potential ABC to the downside to come down in this pool on the 32. So you could get an inverse rejection of the 200 SMA on this Renko bar chart. And this could be a fake out, breakout to come back lower for a double bottom here. Also on the 8 bar here, you have this kind of meandering around, kind of rounded top, which they could be coming to that 468 region and further, because you have these unequal lows that have yet to be swept. That's why you have these unbroken zones. If we turn off the active zones, when they break the zone, then they erase that area, so they have yet to break this region. So that could be occurring. It seems to line up with the pools we saw kind of trapped up there. Now you're getting a do not enter on Optima for long momentum to the downside here. Keeps you protected before it goes down, generally speaking. What's up, Subi? Yo, yo, yo. Thanks for stopping in. So we got about 15 minutes for the open. What we want to see is momentum. We don't want to see any direction. I don't care what direction it goes. Up, down, left, right. A-B start. I just hope to be on the right side of that and catching some signals for where that might occur. Attempting to get bounced off the super trend 3 for some time here on the 8.
Still trying to get with the limited time I have, get the Ninja Trader linked up so I don't need the broker attached to have this live data feed like this. There is a way to do it. Atas automatically installs something to your Ninja Trader. So I just have to get it working with my Mac, and we all know how Ninja Trader can be. So there's a lot of troubleshooting involved, but the support team of Atas has been nice in getting back to me and offering solutions. So those are some stops up here in these blue pools that are getting stopped out here. So you can see a lot of buyers buying into support. And why do I know they're buyers? Because there wasn't that much price action, and there wasn't that many shorts. There was sells hit here, but most likely the stops of some of these buyers. So they're kind of inducing the buyers right now. You do have a delta imbalance, the session delta to 1K in buyers. So there's a lot more buy interest coming in despite going down as of this moment. And you can see the delta of each candle. This is a 2-minute candle thing, but of course you could change these values to whatever you want. If you want to look at a 10-minute candle, so be it, we can do that. And then we can see, and then when it pulls the 10-minute candles, it'll tell you with these clusters when there's 100 contracts here. So basically I can see where these 100 buys and 100 sales come in here just before they shifted out. And you don't even need to be zoomed in. You can just see the pink little boxes. You can choose the color you like as well. So they're creating some sell side here, or buy side maybe, because you see, if you see the sell coming in, that could be shorts, that could be stopping out some longs here. By having a bunch of buys up here above the VWAP, still learning this. It's fascinating either way because you get to see the charts. This interesting bearish divergence where you're getting a lower high and a higher high on the delta, suggesting that it's trapping the longs because it didn't make a higher high here. So it's trying to keep the longs down, suppressed in a manner from what I'm seeing here on the 15-minute chart. That was a lot of buys that entered right there. 173. We'll just keep it on the 30-minute like that. So there's a lot of buyers. I'm seeing some sellers beneath the point of control here, but overall sentiment is a lot of contracts for buy in the last hour and a half at this bottom region. Getting another bullish divergence here. Did they know something we don't going into the open? There's been many times where I see this bullish divergence going into the open and it like starts to do something. So there's a money bag as well at the bottom here. Interesting. What's up, David? DK. Smurf, what's up? Smurf in the house. Thank you, thank you. Getting that momentum shift on the 30-second.
Okay, so you went and bounced off of the super trend 1 and 2 here just a moment ago. The 16 bar is attempting to make a bullish play perhaps. The fact that they meandered around in this region is like a buyer's engineering buy-side liquidity, or sorry, sell-side liquidity, the buyers, the longs, if you will. So coming down here and sweeping this, the 32 bar could be just in this A, B, C to sweep this low, because it is ultimately in a downtrend. The money bag though, those money bags, we took 2 of those yesterday for like 100 ticks. And you had this bullish divergence on the 1 minute. I was seeing this do not enter thing, and then I kind of like, the ambiguousness of it kind of kept me out. Bullish SMT divergence on NQ and YM. What is YM? Sorry, forgive my ignorance. Do. That's a lot of ping pong on this 15 minute. Boom, 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 boom. Dow Jones. Ah, gotcha. Why is it YM? What does the Y stand for? Back at 500. Five minutes. Sells, took it up, took it down. 2 221 long contracts there. Got to give them a little bit of hope before they rip it down on them. Not so many shorts though, not so many sells. A lot of buys. You know, with if the majority are a certain position, what does that mean? All right, so we're gonna disconnect the rhythmic. Where is that? Disconnect the rhythmic real quick. Connections. Disconnect, connect. All right, so now we have to just do this every time, which is annoying until we figure out the troubleshooting, but we can kind of just look at it. And then we go back to the Ninja Trader after hiding this. Got 4 more minutes. Well, I guess we're not going to really take the open setup anyway, so this is one way to prevent me from basically, what's the word I'm looking for? FOMOing in the opening thing that got chopped a little bit up that I had to make back with those 100 tick plays later, or later, yeah. So we're gonna, whoops, where is it? We're gonna reconnect then, just so we can see how it reacts in the open, get a little bit more fidelity to the image of what's happening. Disconnect that. Okay, 3 minutes. So you're getting a lot of longs opening here. Got a lot of buy orders. The yellow box is over 200. You can set the cluster amount you like. So I set it to 200. So you can see when there's 200 contracts open, 2, 4, 6, 8, 800 contracts of longs essentially. 174 in shorts here, but majority are long in these last hour and a half. And then you can get an alert. You see how I'm getting an alert? 200 lots. 200 lots. I'd like to see, I told the team of them, like, I'd like to see them have this come into a Discord if possible, somehow. Then you can have this output to, like, so the longs holding this, defending this region for the moment, appearing to defend. You're getting a higher high and a lower high here on the Optima, suggesting some bearish. You got a flame. Oh, you see that bearish divergence lock in here on the 1 minute? So this could be the trap in 1 minute for some of those longs to get liquidated. We will see. The old dirty Dow. So you're getting that kind of bearish divvy. Cloud is kind of thin, weak sauce as of this moment. Oh, there you go, open. a look at the ATOS thing. Let's see what's going on. What is opening up here? So you're getting, we're seeing who. So they got 73, 63. So they stopped out some shorts, possibly trapped some longs. So this looks like this trap could be to the buyers here. They gave the appearance of strength and got a lot to enter here. So you got some more buyers entering here, taking the bait. So if you see buyers here, then that's definitely buyers, because you know you don't stop out shorts by going down. So this is information you have that you know is actually long. So they're building up some shorts and some longs, and they're testing the range. Ooh. Revving out. Why is it not? Why won't it let me move the chart? There we go. Let's see, looks like the first pivot is potentially going up here. Let's hide this and look at the momentum of the Renko real quick. That's a lot of, that's a lot of chapache. So this is why going into the open, sometimes you get these bearish divergences give you that clue ahead of the open, you know what I mean? I've noticed that a lot more than once, where this gives you the move before the move is telling you. Bearish div for the win on Momentum Master Optima. You also had this kind of flying off the table, the money flying off the table here, and the flame here going into the 30-second. Looks like we're going to take that pool of longs for a ride. The longs are going to get stopped, mon ami. Anyone take that? Let's go see how many got stopped out there. So at the value area low, we had we're getting a bunch of contracts. So these are genuine longs that are getting into the trade here. So those fuel the journey possibly lower, all depending on how many sells enter that are short and or stopping out these guys. I need to turn off that alert. It's saved in my workspace, so I don't really want that right now. So I'm going to go to my, no. I want to go to the Not that. There's just too many. I'm going to move to a lower time frame where I don't have to experience that so frequently. Not settings, I want to go to the oh my gosh, I want to stop it. The alert is just killing me right now. One way to do that is to kill the connection. So I can turn it off. Hold up. Nice. So they're taking that pool we went over going into the live of how those longs were opening more in their basically the longs were opening up in a more passion, let's say, into the going into the thing, and then we said that most likely we saw less sellers to the buyers. What in the world? It won't let me move it. Like, so irritating right now. All right, we're gonna disconnect this really quick because it's taking me out of the flow state right now. So let's disconnect and reconnect to this. And minimize that, hide. And so we also saw this bearish divergence forming as we were going into the open 5 minutes prior. And sure enough, it tapped it once, twice, and then just shifted out here. Did anyone take that little 500 to $460, $40 still ongoing play? Also, this B wave kind of shift on the 32, already in a bearish state. Now the 16 has flipped to flat as it starts to go down here. This kind of rounded top on the 8 bar was insinuating a inducement for the longs as well. Okay, so the one thing from yesterday, we still have this bearish trend-based fib level. This 236 is this line here, and the 0.65 and the 706 and the 786 are down here for the bearish trend-based fib levels for it to react off of, perhaps, or go lower down to the 370 region. We can basically connect up here now. If we go to our connections tab, let's see, connect, rhythmic back up. So we got our copy trader thing going. So it should be everything's linked up, yes, okay. And then basically see what are we doing? Go back here, and now we can hopefully manage this without moving it so frequently. Still trying to get the kind of movement for how this is operating here. All right, there we go. All right, so now we should be able to, why is it not showing my, normally if I right clicked in the past, it would like show me the indicator. It would give me an option for templates and stuff like that. It's weird. There we go, like that. That's what I wanted to do. And then we go to indicators, and then we're going to remove this cluster search and take off that alert. Turn off the alert. No alert, please. Thank you. Oh, we're getting like a 500 alert. So this one means that we're getting some on the 15-minute here. Wait, what? Wait, why am I getting all these alerts suddenly on this? It just won't move over. Move. All right, so you saw a bunch get taken out here in this last bit of happiness down here. Saw 500 buys enter, 400 down at this 515. It's a lot of buys. So we don't really need to see it live necessarily anyway. It does look cool, but we could just update it here. So they stopped out a huge amount there on that drop down. Let's go see where we're back to. Back to square one, 490. One thing to do on a smaller time frame is that you could just do like a trend-based fib level from this top here to this impulse here, and if that's the top that it went to, then you could be seeing these kind of bearish trend-based fib levels play out in this little microstructure here. If it rejects off the 480 region, which it's not doing. We'll just leave that up and we can adjust the upwards path here. It's already rejecting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that ATAS working seamlessly. It's taken me out of that thing. It's cool. It gave me that pool insinuation of what the trap was here, alongside the bearish divergence. I mean, this money flow divergence was the fire that you didn't need that for necessarily, but boom. Is that a stop hunt before they take it out now? Could be. They stopped out the initial people. That could have been first pivot. Came back to the super trend levels 1, 2, and 3. Getting the up arrow here. You had a double bottom on the 8 bar. Revving out on the 32. Not seeing my sauce just yet, but that was a good cross-up event on the 30-second, cascading into the 1 minute. Bullish divergence continuation.
So you had the money stack onto the table with this cross-up event, and the bullish divergence continued here. Cascading to the 1 minute here as we're starting to make our way up back to 500 after stopping out all of those longs that entered up top there. They're going to take out all the... We'll just do it. Huh? I hit buy, it didn't react. Say what? Coming back for the cloud kiss on the 32nd by the looks of it. SR flip potential. Let's go back and load this really quick. Got 213 longs that opened up here, but that could have been the shorts that entered down here getting stopped out. Cloud is shifting here, starting to give the insinuation of potentially curving. You're also getting this curvature on the 1 minute. Can it hold this cloud idea or not? Cloud and the weighted and the adaptive looking to play out, perhaps. Wait, what? Did it hit my stop? I guess it did. I thought I had a wider stop. Wait, what is my... That was a 100-point loss. All right, we're gonna reassess going into the hourly close. One stop hit. Bearish divergence confirmed again. Right here. Higher high, lower high. So that setup is gone. Well, I guess the good evening for you, actually. The music is double again? All right, well then we're gonna turn it off. Boom. Dylan, yo, what's up? We're gonna turn off the music because I don't want that double music. That was so annoying to listen to. So I could only imagine for other people. Plus, you guys probably have your own music going anyway. What's up, Dylan? How's it going? Long time no see. Hope you've been well. So we're back within the chop. A, B, C. Are we still keen for that double bottom idea? It's just a consolidation. Flat super trend here. The flat super trend not really giving much of a clear picture of momentum. What's up, Kat? How you doing? Come here. Double music. Not liking the double music. I don't know why it does that. So we had that first entry, just like I was looking to see if it was going to trend up and take out and start trending, and then we just ate crow on that first idea. Getting bearish divergence played out already. Reclaiming the cloud on the 30-second. See if we can make it back in like a... We're back at the super trend, so this is where you would try to take it, perhaps. Okay. I'm here for it either way. Every trade is unconnected. So the cloud started to shift here, and then we reclaimed this on the 30-second. It was what we were originally seeing, and they came back in a deep retrace manner. How deep do you say? Well, if we go back to this and we go to the deep retrace, they came back into the 786 of that impulse, and now they're starting to peel out within that little wave form that they're creating. And the money is flowing onto the table in terms of, what's up, cat? Why are you so needy right now? You're seeing these stacked money flows of this multiple time frame WADA-like thing of the moving averages. So that was one other key factor. And yeah, just taking it for what it's trying to do here. And then since we took that L the first time, we're just going to make it so it's break even at least now. It'll move to break even when it takes one, peels one off the top. If it revs back all the way down to there, it's a trap anyway, so it might as well just give us something for that. Come on. You want to come up here or what? Got to strike while the iron is hot. You're going to continue. We got 7 minutes for the hourly close and the news. What is the news going to do? Bring some volatility, but to which direction? Is it already caked in? You see this cloud kind of shift here. Need to see it shift up more. I was thinking the same thing. Please send my regards to the cat. I have no volume, just dropping by to show some support. Ah, thanks. Thanks, Dylan. So does this continue higher, or are we going to just chop up again down to here? Hi, what's up? What's up, cat? Cats are cool, but they get a little bit temperamental sometimes. They want you to pet them, but then they're like, no, too much. And then they bite you, and you're like, well, why did you come here then? Not like that. Okie dokie. So we're basically inducing some chop. So while we wait for that to just continue, let's look at the order book. All right. Boop, 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 boo. So I still need to get adjusted to how this operates and moves smoothly. See, like I'm trying to move it over, you know, and I can't move it over for whatever reason. It should, yeah, it should switch to something I can move, right? Let's just go to the 2 minute. So you had a bunch of buys come in here. That could have been the shorts that they squeezed. Now they're coming back to stop out some longs.
You had some buys here. Why can't I move this? That's really irritating. And let's move this down. And it looks like they're coming back to stop me out into very minimal profit. So the resetting. So you essentially had this money stack come off the table at the top here, reassessing this, and then that's when you could have just closed into momentum and just reassessed here. And so when this money flies away, when this stops flying away, then the selling could abate. You flipped the 1 minute cloud here, starting to turn. Let's do it again. Whatever. And then we won't look at it. We'll just go look at this. Boo, 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 boo. I was thinking the same thing. Please send my regards. Bullish SMT. Yo, the music is double again. 11 concurrent viewers. Wow. So we're currently holding this weighted and adaptive on the 30-second with the cloud moving up, and the same thing is occurring on the 1 second, or 1 minute rather. Things going against it is the cross down of the baselines here. So this is going into the hourly close. And the algorithm will process what is going on and make a shift in that direction. The insinuation previously, we had bearish divergence. It basically played out. Are we going to see a continuation of that bearish divergence? All right, so it basically negated the weighted right now. Got 1 minute, 53 seconds. Kitty cat. It's kind of in the middle of the channel. This is not really like the A+ thing right now. So I'm not really going to post it. There's no money bags. There's no bullish divergence like there was back here. I'm just looking at the cloud and the weighted and the adaptive right now. And 13 seconds. Cloud is kind of curving up here, thinning, expansion inbound, and it looks like it's to the downside here. Downside. And that stopped me out again.
So the C wave looks like the momentum is to the C wave here, coming down to hit the bottom here. Congratulations if you are in a short, you are getting paid right now. Shifting to the downside with a fury. And this is what I mean by I should have been looking for a short, because this bearish divergence on the indicator was giving you the clue ahead of time, since even before the open. So, oh, and we're bouncing off of the, what's it called? The bearish trend-based fib level at 48. So this can be deleted. This is too busy for me right now. I'm going to turn that off. So generally on the trend-based fibs levels, you kind of like meander for a little bit and then break through and then go to the target 375. Let's go ahead. They're taking the longs for a ride, but we are out of that trade. Another loss, 2 for 2 in the loss category. Even though my indicator was saying the fire is coming to the downside, watch out. You had this watch out symbol going into the open here. Hi there. Why are you licking my mic, huh? So you're getting this oversold region of the multiple time frame money flow / RSI here, but not really seeing it. If we go over here, we can see where we swept. Okay, so we came down to 418, and we didn't clear it completely on the 16, but we came down to that 418 level. We wicked off of essentially the double bottom idea of this ABC on the larger brick. And you're getting this little initial bounce, take profit bounce from the shorts that entered up here / liquidations of the longs. So we're coming down to the regions of the 375, which would take you down and out from this and basically turn into a momentous move down below. entering into new permissions granted to the low downside, shifting the trend to bearish on all accords. So you had this unequal, they were engineering the buy side liquidity, or the sell side liquidity of the buyers. Do, 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 do. Britz. That was clean. If you were in the short, you're just like taking it for a ride right now. Let's see what happened with this really quick. So why can't I move this over? Like, what is going on here? Move. Escape from full mode. Move. So it should be in this like mode with the crosshairs or something. Crosshair mode or something. Crosshair mode. We're gonna just leave out of this really quick. Quit. Don't save. No. And we got to that 390 region. Let's go back to the level here, getting a cross up, money stacking back up on the table. Could be getting just a quick bounce. We're going to change this to a quick stop area. Just try to see if this gives us a little bit of a bounce up. Try and make back a little bit of that. Or not. Today's not the day. That was too tight of a stop. Britz. So this is definitely going to go down at some point to continue, but getting the like initial late shorter kind of bounce into a down perhaps is what we're trying to do, which we did on Friday. Pop up to that first super trend or something. Already did that to the second one on the 8 bar.
People are going to peel off their contracts. Yeah, we're kind of counter trend trading right now. This is not good. It's going to rev down, stop us out again. That's 4 for 4 gone. Got to stop this now. Today is definitely a not the best for me. I got basically 0 for 4 live on the stream. Hi. But the good news was the indicator was right. The indicator said you got bearish divergence, watch out, and then sure enough, it led into that moment very gracefully, unlike myself. Hi there, kitty cat. How you doing? Good? I've been better. Messing with that platform like today was not moving the way I wanted it to for whatever reason. That was one little distraction actually for today. Super trend holding here for a continuation C leg to continue ABC some more into some of the sell ideas. You got a bearish divergence right there. Psst. It's a mini one, so mini it didn't even draw the line. $11 on the 32 to the downside. Brrr. From 500 all the way to 400 now. Sub 400. Basically bounced up to 411, came back down to 394 now currently. Booyah. Yeah, I'm just not, I should just hang it up here, really. I'm going to switch to Sim. How about that? Sim. Sim Sim Salabim. Maybe we can work on a better ATM strategy for today, because this is too tight. It's basically counter trend trading too. That's my issue today.
So basically getting the money to stack potentially back onto the table, getting a green dot, bullish divergence on the momentum here. Possibly coming up into some of the late stops or whatever. Yeah, this stop loss, this ATM one's too tight, and especially if it like trails too much. I need to work on what the adaptive trail stop is on this one. Let's try this 4-pack one on the sim real quick. So this bullish divergence on the 30-second cascading into the 1 minute with the green dot here, cross up event on the 1 minute of the baselines. What are the baselines? Well, they are your first sign of reversal, however minuscule, and you could take it for what it's worth. And what it's worth here is about, so far, 37 ticks, 40 ticks captured on a sim, because I got chopped up a little bit going into this. Okay. So essentially, you're seeing this 5 time frames oversold symbol too, so you're getting a little bit of a bounce on the 5-minute time frame. For whatever that means, you're going to see some sort of retrace back into the liquidity, and then this is going to give you, if you measure this retrace down to the bottom here, which was actually down to here, and you see equilibrium, that's going to put you at the 450 region, which is also part of this bearish trend-based fib level from the higher time frame. So if you come up to this and fatigue, you could be seeing an ABC continuation pattern to the downside, basically a repeat of Friday price action. Friday basically went up and then fatigued out and consolidated, if you recall, kind of in here, and then we got the short and then took that down on Friday. So it broke the bearish super trend on 32nd, basically starting to reclaim that cloud as well, so this could come up some more. And that trailing stop took us out of the trade, so the stop needs to be a little bit more less adaptive, let's say. So see how you have this bullish divergence and the cross-up event of the baselines? That's one of those plays after a liquidity grab where you can catch this bounce for a good 30, 40 ticks and then some. And there's no guarantee that it does the 0.5, but then you at least have this here to kind of gauge. It can also go back up even higher into that region. But if the trend is strong, then you'll basically see it kind of chop around that zone. On Friday, it was like kind of up and around it, and it never made it to the 618, and then it went down from there. So this is where people would look to enter if they're trying to add to the position, and the people that are trapped up here are dollar cost averaging, causing this to bounce as well. And then they never intend to let them out at break even, and then they just take them to their graves down below. And let's see how this took you all the way up to that region on the 1 minute too. The 1 minute took you all the way up to that minute here, and the last minute went below the line, and then you started to see the fatigue. Also, you hit the adaptive on the 30-second, which is the super trend on the 1 minute. The bearish super trend still holding. What's everyone up to? It's mighty quiet. It's weird, like talking into the abyss, but you have people watching you, you know? It's a different vibe for sure. Because, like, you're basically talking into the, literally into the abyss with no response. It's very different from, you know, Bitcoin analysis time, because then you're locked in and you're just like kind of going on a diatribe of sorts. This, I'm just like, hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Daniel. Nice to meet you. And so we came back to the 786 of the higher time frame trend-based fib levels of the bearish nature. So in this entire region, consolidation could occur for that continuation of a bearish idea. Getting the flames now for the money flowing away. On the 30-second. Okay. That would be a 382 most likely. If it's rejecting here at the adaptive, that's going to be like a 382. If we go to basic, yeah, that's a 382. 382s are very rare but super strong trend to the downside then, if it rejects there and just never comes back. Chances are you're going to get like a little mini ABC up and then come back down, like Ba-doo-ba-doo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo. So they must have got some juicy targets. They're just not letting them go. They are not letting them go. And they don't want new shorts entering, so they're just like, no, that's enough. Going just below that, let's see what that is on the Renko went just below all the super trends and then started to come back above the 50, flat on the 8 bar. If you go to the 4, what does that look like? You got unequal highs here, lower high, come back, take that out, create that, what's it called, that 0.5 retrace idea. Still bearish on the 32 and the 16 now. Could get some sort of deeper level here on double bottom idea on that, or even lower for the liquidity grab for that C wave. We're almost at the midway point of the hour. Boop, 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 boo, doo, boo. Somebody's calling me. Who's calling me? It's my dad. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. My dad was calling to say what's up. Still getting that bearish divergence flames here. Double bottom idea. Okay, so let's see. Basically chopping out into an idiot box at this point. So this idiot box All right, so we're at the 393 level, pushing up above 400. One thing to note is the cloud shifting in a certain manner. This could be a bearish retest of that. Crossing up of the 30-second, getting the 5 time frames oversold. Also on the 1 minute, money stacking. Is this going to give us a little bit of a bounce or not? Coming up into that super trend. Basically dollar cost averaging those longs to their demise. This is most likely an idiot box right here. This entire thing is just a consolidation box. And they're bringing in more liquidity on both sides to fuel the leg in one, most likely to the downside continuation. $393. Got some slight bullish divergence here, but not major. It's funny how I was saying the original idea of the longs getting trapped, and then I went long. It was just like I went against my own original analysis or whatever. What's up, cat? I'm not really sweating it either way. We've all had days where we're not 100% on point. So I don't really like that this trade alert thing does this thing. It's like broken. It does too many. It like takes all of the trades that all are copied amongst all of the accounts or whatever and just duplicates the entry. So I have to go back and delete each one, which is annoying. But I mean, we're just trading micros anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. A loss still sucks either way, but I'm getting used to the idea of just like accepting defeat, you know, and then moving on from it. Don't let it linger in your head, you know. So you got this green dot of momentum, which could cascade to the upside here for a double bottom idea. Boop, 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 for at least that B wave continuation. And then that B wave doesn't necessarily have to be over just yet. Like this could just take you up here to only come down later. And you see how the green dot has you at hello with Optima? It like lets you know when the momentum's on your side before you even know that it's on your side, because it's looking at all of these lower time frames, so you don't have to.
So for the most part, you can kind of like, wait, it should have stopped me out there. Okay. And so now we're out and flat, and then we can just reassess. And you had that bullish divergence, ever so slight. What's up, cat? I know. You want to get out? Hold on one second. Let me get my cat out of here. All right, so basically possibly continuing up to the retrace zone. We have 20 something minutes for that to occur. $20 minutes till the hour ends. Let's put that hourly ending point here. For the end of the silver bullet time. So does it come up to these regions to then kind of fatigue out? If we look at where we're heading here, we just got to bounce off the 8 bar, now switching over to a minuscule time frame bullishly. And if you want to counter trend trade that to see what it's worth, you're going into resistance at the adaptive and the cloud on the 1 minute. But the 1 minute does have that cascading divergence play, perhaps for just like $20 worth. We're in the middle of the cloud. I'm not going to take it. So basically the chop becomes, this consolidation just becomes like a B wave for a potential C continuation, because there's a bunch of trapped traders up here that want to get out that didn't use a stop loss, and then they're like underwater and they want to get out, but they won't ever let them out. So they get them to dollar cost average here, and then they get them to dollar cost average here, and then liquidate them, and then get them to dollar cost average more, and then liquidate them. And that's what the B thing is. And then they also induce shorts and then squeeze the shorts. It's kind of an interesting little dynamic the game of trading is. By the way, if you're wondering what this is and you're new to the stream, this link is in the description. It is Momentum Master. You can find the baselines and all this other stuff going down to features. You can read about it. This is what these stochastic array gives you, these little green dots. You have the divergence and the money flow burning off here. Kind of lets you know about this in advance. On the sub 1 minute time frame. And then we couple that with like a bigger picture here on the Renko. So coming back up into this, hitting that high, perhaps you have some liquidity up here. And it's rejecting off the, we're forgetting about the higher time frame bearish trend based fib levels. We're rejecting off the 786 here. So this 786 idea we're rejecting off of, which means you could be coming down into the levels here for the bearish trend-based fibs down in these regions, the green that we outlined for you yesterday, that we just left up because we haven't ever broken the 236 just yet. The 236 is way up here at 530, so we never came above that 530 level. We did Wednesday, and then we came back down and retested that. Let me go ahead and make sure that's right in terms of what that is looking at. Give me a second here. Let's see, because we're flat. We go to the hourly. And so basically on the hourly time frame, you have this impulse to the downside, the retrace up to here, and within that math of the 236, we held that and started to break down at the 236 level at 15,531. And sure enough, that's where we started to break down. And then these regions down here, you have 376, 419, 436, 447. And that's where we bounced off the 786 there with the pixel perfect 419 bounce, boom, boom. And then that was kind of your other short squeeze, and then coming back down into here. Technically, if you go back above that though, then this is not really super valid, but the initial idea is, we'll just keep it there for now. Going back to what's happening in the moment. Rejecting off that level, potentially speaking. All right, so 8 minutes until 10 minutes before the hour were generally not the wisest point to enter a trade, because the move will start to unfold by that time, or the entry level will have passed you by. Technically, if we go down to the lows here, pivot wise, then you have that 0.5 at 445. Do we make it up to that region? The 16 has flipped to neutral. It's the 32 that's potentially still bearish now. Let's see. We're reclaiming that 1 minute cloud. Let's take a look here. Getting a lot of sell-off wicks here. Money flying away, money flying away. So we'll see. Does it come up from this cloud? Doesn't look like it. Getting the cross down event of the baselines here. Five minutes until the potential kiss event. Getting a lot of sell-off wicks. Breaking the cloud on the 1 minute. cross down event. It's going to possibly fade here. This is just one big idiot box. Inducement zone. Yep, flashed that for a second, didn't lock in. Cloud, man, the cloud of the clan McLeod. The money flow is beneath the RSI here, which is one thing to note when the disparity is large like that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Renko. A lot of choppiness on the 8 bar, kind of reaching the super trend regions, rejection off the 16, that 32, given that bearish overtone. Brits. Three minutes. Got the cross down event and failure of the cloud here. Could just sell off wick, sell off wick, sell off wick. May we please see the cat? The cat left the room. She got bored with me. What was that? Was that a sound of this? It's just not making it above the adaptive at all, or the cloud here on the 1 minute is rejecting off the 786. It's looking like it's going lower. Low rider is getting a bit lower. Okay, well then. $10 minutes till the candle close. See, so here's where, and you're not getting any volume step in on the 1 minute here. It's just kind of like looking to bearishly retest and just drop out here. Getting a do not enter long thing on the 1 minute here. So it's going to probably drop out if it closes with that intact. Fading beneath the cloud here. The attempt to break a super trend is failing. And we're going down. Let's see. Yeah, it stopped me out.
Yep, bearish kiss right there. So on Friday we had this like nicer retrace up into the 0.5, and then it did these 3 hits to the high and retraced the cow. This looks like it's doing like a 382, and it's really got the longs taken for a ride here, and then they're just gonna take it to the downside from the, not even, yeah, it was the 382. So this 382 level was the hit that they're basically, they never even retraced into the 0.5, and they're just gonna take it from here, from this level down lower. And so that B level was up to the 0.3, the 382 level of the 15429, and then they're just kind of bearishly retracing within that structure as of this moment in time. So we're going to call it here after the live and the hourly closes in 8 minutes. So basically going to see this continuation wave down into the trend-based fib levels down below, as it looks like it's failing this cloud with this little kiss to the cloud saying sayonara sucker to the clouds, and heading back down here. If we zoom in up here on the 1 minute, you had this come down beneath the cloud, kissed it one last time as it shifted, and then boom, to the downside. Never had any money stack on the table either here, see? Never got any stacks, so there was no real influx of money. You had a lot of flying away, the money's flying away. You had the cross down event, flying away, and boom, we're down to that one level of the trend-based fibs. And see how when you get to that 50, that 10 minutes before the hourly close, that was it, boom. So it didn't go up at that time, so that was a clue that it was going to go down there. So from 410 down to 376, $25 move down. Now they swept these region. Let's go ahead and see what that is on the Orenco. They came back and swept the 8 bar here, creating a new low zone and all of this that they have yet to reclaim. And the 16 now flipped bearish again, bearish across all the blocks. Yeah, it kind of went and chopped around on the 32, but still ultimately bearish. Is this an Undertaker event? And now you're getting the money stack back on the table here. Stack on this one too. 1 minute. So this entire, we've been basically from, whoa, what? Where did that come from? Where did you come from? Huh? I don't know where that came from, but okay. So, oh, I see, it's part of the box. So this box is your idiot box B wave into a C. Essentially just chopping around inside the zone for the entire hour. Could have been taking these little micro scalps within that structure if you were so inclined. But essentially just trapping, and they never went above that 382. We're seeing that they would possibly come up to the 0.5 of this impulse to the downside, but the strength that could muster was only to the 382, which insinuates a larger trend of continuation trend to the downside. So we could be seeing a larger shift down into the 300 and below. The next levels to look at on the would be at the 300 region. Alright guys, well hopefully you had a little bit better of a clean trade session than me. My indicator was giving you more clean signals than I was seeing myself, ironically. But I was pointing it out. It was like I was weirdly disembodied, giving better information about this and not taking it in terms of the bearish divergence. I was saying these things normally play out into the open, and sure enough, it did play out to the downside. The bearish divergence had you at hello prior to the move and said do not go long, do not go long, do not go long multiple times with the finger down, and played to the downside. Congrats if you took it. And yeah, hopefully better trading for myself tomorrow. That's why the indicator doesn't really care what your feelings are. It's just telling you like no longs here, and then it's telling you a little bit more momentum to the upside, or at least a stall, and it stalled, and then it said nah, do not enter actually, and then it went down. So it has those insinuations before they occur. You could watch a video about it if you're interested on the channel. The Optima's kind of new. 2 more minutes, and then we will bid you adieu. Thanks, Danny. Catch you later. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully you had some decent trades. I'd stay longer if I was like doing well, but I got to call my dad back too, see what he's up to. The pops. I got to turn off that, like, I got to find out how to adjust the alerts that come out of NinjaTrader, because it's just kind of a bit much how it does like this, you know. I don't need all of the like millions of different linked account as well. Just one would suffice, really. Alrighty then. Well, everyone, thank you very much for stopping on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment, of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in, and we'll do the same, trying to bring the fire and the accuracy and all that fun stuff, and we will catch you on the flip side. Peace.